There's all this excitement about apps, but then there's a lot of apps that sit on your phone and don't really get used. So 1 in 4 are abandoned after the first use. So what I want to talk about later on is how to actually get your app to be very, very successful. I've launched over 38 apps for the federal government in Australia, to companies like Uniden and Rip Curl. And I've written a book where I interviewed people from all over the world, from ad agencies like Saatchi & Saatchi in New York City, Crispin Porter and McGusky, to a lot of app developers or appreneurs. And then I've spoken to a lot of other people who are in the tech space and see why is certain apps successful. In fact, one guy I interviewed was a very interesting guy. He was from Germany, and he made a game called Tiny Wings from his bedroom. And it was a paid app, I think a couple of dollars. It was on tier 2 or 3. And he actually sold over 6.5 million copies of the game. There was no money on advertising, there was no spend on anything. He just created something that people wanted. It was very addictive, and it was actually a lot of fun. Now, does anyone know what a zombie app is? A zombie app is basically 80% of the apps are zombie apps. They just sit there on your phone. I've probably got about 2,000 apps, and I've got to say, there's probably about 10, maybe 20 that I use a lot. And I'd say there's a lot of other ones. I don't know when I downloaded it or why I downloaded it, but I feel afraid to delete it because one day I might need it. There might be that one opportunity. I think, damn it, that's the one I deleted. So there's these sort of zombie apps that sit there. So how do you avoid your app from being a zombie app? And the trick is you've got to dive deep, not wide. So this is a good expression that I really love. And I think one of the biggest problems that happen, a lot of people say that, launching an app is very easy, and 2, it's very expensive. And what tends to happen is they get caught up in launching it for as many different devices as possible. What about Android? What about Windows? What about the Apple Watch? And I think what you've got to actually look back is you've got to remember that Instagram was bought for over $1 billion, but yet it only had an iPhone app. It didn't even have an Android app. In fact, even the website was just a promotion, a very simple page to get people to go to the App Store. So focus on the experience from the very, very beginning. And once you really engage what it is the consumer wants and enjoys, then go deeper and deeper into that experience. And you want more engagement. I would prefer to have 5 people using my app that absolutely love it and play it 14 hours a day than to have, 14 million people using it and it's just sitting on their phone and they use it once or twice.